Well, good Monday morning here, wherever you are. I don't know what time it is, but I pray that God is blessing your day. You know, just moving through the world sometimes creates, or we encounter chaos, we encounter trouble because we live in a broken world. And Paul is writing this note to the believers in the city of Rome, challenging them to, to not make your brother's life more difficult. Don't make your sister's wife more difficult. In the home, husbands, make your wife's life better. Make your children's life better. Don't make it more difficult. Wives, make your husband's life better. Don't make it more difficult. And in the church, back 2,000 years ago in the imperial city, there were some believers that were not really paying attention to how the world and their relationship with God looked from the perspective of a brand new Christian, recently converted from worshiping idols, from the pagan lifestyle. And those new converts were so excited about their newfound freedom in Christ from the darkness and from the slavery to which they had been subjected all their lives until they were set free by Christ. And they wanted nothing to do with that old lifestyle. They didn't want to eat meat. They didn't want to drink anything that might have been involved in that paganism. And so they were avoiding that. The older Christians, they didn't have any problem with any of those things, recognizing that the pagan idol had no power over their life. So it wasn't a problem for them. And Paul here is writing, he says, do not tear down the work of God for the sake of food. All things indeed are clean, but they are evil for the man who eats and gives offense. It is good not to eat meat or to drink wine or to do anything by which your brother stumbles. Look at the world through your brother's eyes. Where's he coming from? How mature is his faith? And if it's not mature, eating this meat might create a real crisis in his conscience, in his heart. Don't make his life more difficult. Now, today in our culture, we deal more with addictions. So if I knew you're a recovering alcoholic, I would be foolish to have alcohol on the table when we sit down to a meal together. And at our house, we don't anyway. And that's one of the reasons we don't have alcohol at our home, because we have brothers and sisters that really struggle with it. And we want them to be very comfortable coming to our home, sitting down at our table, not having to worry about being offended or offending. We don't want to put a stumbling block in the life of one of our younger brothers or sisters whose faith is still growing, whose understanding of how the world works through the authority of Christ is still maturing and still coming into focus. So Paul says, don't do anything that's going to cause your brother spiritually to stumble. Don't do anything. If it means don't eat meat, then don't eat meat. If it means don't drink wine, then don't drink wine. He says don't do anything that causes your brother to stumble, because our goal is to stimulate, provoke, encourage one another to do good works, which God has prepared beforehand for us to do. I love that verse that we used all summer long at Lake James Christian Camp, Ephesians 2:10. For we are God's masterpiece. We are God's workmanship, his handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which is prepared beforehand for us to do. So the idea is, look at your brother and sister and take action to encourage and comfort and protect them as they grow in the faith. God bless you. He loves you, and we love you.